The first big FC25 professional tournament is going on, and it is the right time to talk about the pro meta. Meta being the most effective techniques available, okay? So now we are going to talk about first tactic that is really overpowered and being used a lot. I would call it the Obin tactic. As you can see, the main focus is on the triangle up front, guys. We have a cam and we have two strikers. Now the play styles are very important. So it is important to understand. Ideally, your cam should be the one who has a long ball pass plus play style. Why? Because the first time triangle passes, like we have been discussing since the start of the year, are really overpowered, and you will see in the clips as well. So we want to play that first time triangle pass. Now this striker isn't going to be a shadow striker, I mean a cam. He is going to be a playmaker. So he is always in the middle of the pitch, so we can play those passes. Now you can't replicate this tactic, let's say, with two players who don't have the right kind of play styles, right? Yeah, Rafa Leao can run, but who will hit the power shots? Because you need a power shot plus. So the new Keen SPC, it's really good for this kind of style. Theo Hernandez is the one player that is used by everyone. He was in 64 out of 64 teams at the FC Pro Open. So you need it, okay? Your Theo Hernandez will be set as an attacking wingback. Someone asked me, what separates Theo Hernandez from other left back on the game? It is his body type, the way he is built, and his pace, okay? So he can push anyone off the ball, and once he is running, no one is going to catch him. So your left back will be through on goal a lot, especially with the first time lob triangle pass that you are going to be making, which is an L1 triangle LBY pass. In your midfield, you need one player with long ball pass plus, and ideally the other one should be with power shot plus. So you can do first time power shots. Power shots are really overpowered in this game, and we have to understand the meta. I am using Morientes and I am learning, okay, because I believe the aerial plus play style is really valuable in this year's game. So you can do the dink passes like I've shown you in the other video, and I'll show it to you again today, but it is important to understand, right? You can dink the ball to a guy who has aerial, then he will make the jump, and then you can do a knock-on pass to your other striker. So that is the Obin tactic, like I call it, okay? And his wingbacks, both of his wingbacks are on attacking wingback, but I would suggest that you guys put one of your wingbacks as an attacking wingback and not both of them, okay? This necessarily isn't a custom tactics video, but we'll talk a little bit about it. So you are going to use counter for this style, because when you're going to use counter, you will get those natural runs, and the first time lob triangle passes are really good. I would suggest getting a target forward like Peter Crouch or Morientes for this position. If you really want to abuse the meta and want to score some free goals, you can always dink the ball to them and they'll be in the right place for the first time triangle pass. Now for the first time triangle pass, you can do something else as well. You can get a poacher plus plus like Closer. Closer is being used at the FC Pro Open, and I have talked heavily about him before as well. He has a poacher plus plus. I believe Haaland has it. The Morgan SPC has it. I would suggest use advanced forward and trigger manual runs. So while the ball is traveling, imagine this, okay? So while the ball is traveling from your CM to your cam, you will click L1 towards your striker and then do a first time lob triangle to your striker. You can see in this clip as well. So this is one style, okay, and it is really overpowered. Pros are struggling to defend it, because when you play the first time lob through pass, guys, it is really hard to defend it, especially if you time it right. Even if you know it's coming, you are not going to be able to stop it. Like I said, Obin uses both of them on attacking wingback. You can do it, but I would suggest use one on wingback, otherwise you'll be really exposed at the back. Stingray Jr. is playing a similar style, okay? They are using Drogba and Morientes. Obin is using Drogba and Ginola, I believe. So yeah, power shot plus has to be there. Ginola is also good in the air. He has a silver power shot plus. You can use Closer and Cantona. That can be another attacking threat for the opposition, right? We are discussing the meta. I am always discussing fundamentals, but it is important to discuss the meta as well. The next most popular formation, or not the next most, actually the most popular formation is the 4-4-2, right? So with the 4-4-2, you have to be more imaginative. You have to think differently. So you're going to focus on triangles and manual runs. You will create triangles between your left back, your left mid, your CM, and then again, even in this formation, your focus should be a lot on two things: the recycling being going deep in the wings and then pulling the ball back for a first time power shot on the edge of the box with a power shot striker, with a power shot CM, or just doing a first time pass. Another play style that is really important for this formation is the pinged pass playstyle. This card actually is being used a lot. I think you guys should get her. She is cheap, and if you can link her, yeah, for sure, link her. I'm also actually gonna go buy her. So because she has the ping to pass plus playstyle, you can do quick R1X passes to your strikers. It's really hard for them to defend it. Abu Maka is using Messi. Why? Because he has R1 dribbling, technical dribbling. Okay, he's really good, and he has incisive pass as well. So you can use incisive pass as well. People are using him as a sub a lot. So that is mainly because of his incisive pass and technical dribbling. The incisive pass playstyle allows you to play great through balls. And in the formation like 4-4-2, you want to use someone who has at least silver tiki-taka in the midfield, right? And someone with incisive pass. That is why I'm using Alexia. Xavi is another good player that Abu Maka is using, and you can use him because of the tiki-taka. We have Rafinha with the tiki-taka that you can use. And you can always find cheaper alternatives for these players. So these are the two most popular play styles that are being used. I would suggest using your left back as an attacking, not an attacking. I would suggest using him as a wing back, okay? Then put the counter instruction here or the short passing one, depending on how you like to play in game. Inside forward is the most preferred instruction on these players, at least in the pro scene. So if you want to use it, go ahead, use it. If you think it is too narrow for you, then you can try winger. I would again suggest a target forward. Morientes is really good because of this plus role. You can get Peter Crouch. He is also really good, and he can hit headers as well. I rate him. So this is how these play styles look in game, right? You trigger a run. See, Ashley Cole is running. We see that. We give the ball to Dallo. Dallo is set on wing back, and now we have so much space here. We can cross or recycle. It is all about knowing your options. You tell one of your left mids to run. Okay, you tell your left back to run. Your left back is running. Patrick can perform long ball. Thuram kinda can perform long ball. The middle cam is Bruno Fernandes. Obin is using Bruno Fernandes. You can have Bruno Fernandes as cam, and his passes are spot on, right? So the cam doesn't have to have great shooting as long as he can do again amazing long ball passes. And again, see, first time long ball pass into the striker, cross, we can hit a header from there as well. You are seeing crosses being scored at the FC Pro Open as well. And I can tell you, as the year goes on, the crossing meta will be really overpowered on this game like it was on FC 24. Now, before you comment, you are teaching us broken stuff. It is my job to keep you updated with what's happening in the pro scene. See, the opponent cannot react. Even if he sees the run is coming and you time the run correctly, you are going to score these goals. Like, as you can see, if your opponent is going to make bad switches, you will be able to punish them. And most opponents aren't great at switches. Even if they make the right switch, but if you time the run, if it's working against pros, you can imagine how overpowered it will be in your weekend league or your rivals games. And you can score goals as well. This is why the diamond between the three players or the triangle, cam, ST is really good. Yeah, 5 at the back does have gaps at the back. So I would suggest be more careful when you are using this formation. Otherwise, you have the 4-4-2 option as well, where you can perform the aerial L1 triangles that I'm going to show you. Otherwise, the 5-2-1-2 is great. As you can see, Cole is running. You are able to create an attacking overload. So you are attacking with at least 7 players when you're playing a 5-2-1-2. And then you're defending with 5 as well. So it's really a very overpowered way of scoring, especially if you have someone like Theo Hernandez. See here, Cole is running, right? So what are we going to do? We are going to just wait. We are going to give the ball to Bruno, to Rutter, and with him, we are going to play an L1 triangle. Now we can cross, we can do fake player locks. You are able to split open the defense of the opponent, especially because of the overlapping wing back. Then the 4-4-2, you need to use long balls towards your strikers and focus a lot on recycles, like I have told you. This is the meta on this game right now, and we have to use the meta. This is the aerial lob pass, which I taught about. Again, you need someone with the aerial pass plus playstyle, and you want to abuse power shots as well. Power shots being the key on this game. Without power shots, there is only so far you can go, man. Just look at this. We're going to use our power shot with Cantona, end up scoring an easy goal. This is what's happening in the pro scene. Now click this video out here to check out the custom tactics.